Dutch area, we talked about Vermeer yesterday as Dutch Baroque. Here's another Dutch Baroque artist, Rembrandt. Or as we like to say it, remember Brandt. Okay. So Dutch Baroque. All right. Here is a self-portrait of himself. He did a lot of selfies. But he was more creative with his selfies. His selfies were like, woo, ah, you know, like you guys do nowadays. Okay? Dreher was just like, hey, what's up? I'm just going to paint my face. I don't want any expressions. Rembrandt very, very much was looking at expression and how can I do different facial features in my paintings. He also just layered paint. Absolutely layered paint. You guys see the lighting effect? Yes? Baroque. You can see it's very much Baroque because of the lighting. Again, here's one of those. Ooh. Okay. A sketch of a, I don't know, selfie doing something. I don't know what. Anyway. He was very, very well known for highlighting like the faces, hands, and collars, and that's it almost. There's another artist who also did that. But we very, let's switch this. There we go. That's a little bit better. He very, very much was known for kind of just highlighting what was going on. He was shown here medical school, such as a cadaver. Okay. And he was very well paid. Very well paid. So a lot of these famous people, they were famous doctors, paid him a lot of money to have their portraits in here. Notice how almost everyone's looking at you. Or it's very distinct details of those people. So those are very, I mean, they could name each one of those persons who those doctors were. He could do pretty much anything. Very, very powerful paintings. Here's an image that I'm going to show you that you're going to have to remember eventually. This is called The Prodigal Son. This is one of his most famous pieces. If you don't know the story about the Prodigal Son, it was a parable. A parable is a story that means something else. So it was a parable told by Jesus about a father had two sons. The youngest son said, hey, Father, divide your inheritance right now. I don't want to wait till you're dead. Divide your inheritance right now. Give me my half. Let me do my own thing. Father was like, okay, here's your money and land and whatever. And the son sold it all. And he went to the towns, partied it up. Okay, it's like some of you guys are going to be some of you seniors. You're just going to go live it up in college, spend all your money. Like, maybe you disown your family, whatever. And like, he basically partied it up, then he realized he was broke. And enough so that he was like, stealing food from hogs to feed himself. He realized, I should just crawl back to my dad. And so he crawls back to his dad. Dad sees him, absolutely is just like, oh, my son's back. He runs out, hugs him, cries, says, butcher the fattest calf, we're going to have a party, everything like that. Well, the oldest son, here. Okay. Just like, WTF. It's like, I stayed, I've been loyal, I haven't spent any of your money, I've worked every single day, and you've never even slaughtered the smallest calf for me. The father was like, you know what? Your inheritance will come. You will have all of your inheritance. But right now, he was lost and now he is found. And we need to celebrate that. And it's that whole point of understanding that enjoy this moment. Yeah, there's riches, there's money. But it's about relationships, in a way. And so it's a very powerful piece about the lost son and the father. And then you kind of have this son in the background that's just kind of stewing a little bit. So, very famous piece. This one, actually, this is typed out. This is a pretty famous piece because of what it was, but also what happened to it. This piece actually survived the Nazis. If you guys see Monuments Men, okay, that movie Monuments Men. I don't know if this is in it, but this was part of the happenings with the Monuments Men. The Nazis came, the people who owned the museum snuck it out secretively. It was a large painting too. They hid it on a ship, then they hid it into a bunker somewhere. Okay, that's fine. Also what happened to it, if I can find it, this is the wrong sheet. Oh yeah. Okay. So It's a decent sized painting. One guy came into the museum in about 1950s with a knife, and he threatened to cut it, and then he took it, off the wall, and he was going to destroy it because he thought the man in black was the devil. Pretty sure he was tripping on something. Thank you. But it survived. They got it back. The next, in the 1970s, someone poured acid all over it. Luckily, the finish, they wiped it away enough and it only ruined the finish, which is a clear coating on the top of it. And so that way, it was fine. So it's kind of survived a lot of different things throughout it. Again, self-portrait. This one is actually in the Louvre. I'm showing this one mainly because I've seen this one with my own eyes. I've seen it in picture, okay, just like you guys are seeing it, but I saw it on a little TV like this. When I saw it, I was like, oh, that's sweet. I started getting up close to it. It was this thick of paint when I went to the side. That's how much paint he put onto it. So when you went to the side of it, that much paint was sticking off just from like the nose and the eyebrows and the hat. It was just like, what? I mean, he just slapped it on with a palette knife. Pretty cool. Pretty cool. Very realistic, very detailed, almost like a rough style, very emotional style. Anyway, his name, Rembrandt. What I want you to remember about him is, if I can find it here, painted group and self-portraits using dark light. Painted group and self-portraits using dark light with spotted hands and faces. Painted group and self-portraits with spotted hands and faces. Good question. What is the style? The style that we wrote down right before? That's on the board. Dutch Baroque. Guess is it romantic or classical?
Romantic.
Romantic. Okay, we move on to the next one.
Time.
Time period. This is later 1950s, or sorry, 1650s, late 1650s. Shoot, that was my paper. Oh well. There we go.
Stop.
Next one. This is. I can get to it. This is the image I'm going to show you. Instead, the son's name, we're going to say his name's Brandt. And the father is just Remember Brandt. He's telling everyone, remember Brandt, my son. Remember Brandt. Remember Brandt. Remember Brandt, my son. Okay? Remember Brandt, my son. You guys going to be talking the whole time?